How I Built a $1 billion empire. Welcome to the Globally Connected Podcast, where today we are talking about a very influential person, Rihanna, and how she built a $1 billion empire. I am very excited about this episode as I'm a fan of Rihanna and I appreciate her work and everything that she's been able to do. Not as much as Gigi, but we're going to share her business portfolio, some marketing and branding lessons from her, insights that she has about business, and how she was able to successfully pivot from music to business and being an entrepreneur. And lastly, what others can learn from her journey on how to pivot and build a successful career and brand outside of your talent. So I'll pass it over to Gigi for anything before we get this episode started.
Yeah, thank you, Jerome. So yeah, as you heard from Jerome, I'm a huge Rihanna fan. Like she's definitely an inspiration to me, many young women out there, many men out there. She's truly an inspiration to many people because she um is a successful woman, she is a mom, she is a friend. Rihanna is great and she's definitely an influence to so many. So today we'll break down how she built her empire, things that we can learn from her strategy as a businesswoman, and also how she got to where she is. So, yeah, Jerome, go ahead and start us off about a bit of a background of Rihanna and how she got to where she is today.
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody knows, but for those who may not know, Rihanna's actual name is Fenty, but her performance name that she goes by to us, the world, is Rihanna. She was born in St. Michael, Barbados, which is a beautiful place that I have to visit. She's a Barbadian singer, businesswoman, and actress. She is an influential figure in both music and fashion, and she has hits such as Work, Umbrella, Disturbia, Rude Boy, Diamonds, etc., which means she's a music icon and she's done a lot of great things in business. Rihanna started Fenty Beauty in 2017 at the age of 29 years old, which she co-owns with French luxury conglomerate LVMH. She owns 30% of Savage times Fenty lingerie line. She's the part owner of music streaming service Tidal with Jay-Z. She served as a global brand ambassador and creative director in Puma. She also launched her own footwear and apparel with Puma called Fenty times Puma, and she has a plethora of brand partnerships with Manolo Blahnik. She was Dior's first black ambassador, and I didn't know this, but she also has several movie credits to her name, such as Ocean 8 and Guava Island. And lastly, according to Forbes, she has a net worth of approximately $1.5 billion. So I say I like to say, number one, salute to you, Queen. We appreciate you, we love you, but these are a lot of valuable insights and lessons that we all can take away. So I want to start by basically asking, number one, based on everything we overview, Gigi, what are a few things that we could take away from an icon such as Rihanna? Let's start with just business. What can we take away from her?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rihanna, I think she's done so many things so right. And like you can tell that she's a hustler and she's a grinder and she's very loved and liked and has built like a huge fan base. So I think her taking the time and her being authentically herself, I think is really what got her to where she is because she built a massive fan base at a young age and a global fan base and that level of love for her fans and support from her fans really also helped her understand um, how to create like an incredible product in the beauty industry and company where she really differentiated and started like a whole new um what's the word, a whole new range of products because she actually identified a problem she identified that there was not like shade inclusivity in makeup. Like there were not many shades, and that was a big problem. She found this out and created a solution, and also has a huge fan base that she has forged over the years. So she has support from people and is also receiving feedback and like from people and sending her products to influencers and testing. And so I think she's just really good at understanding her audience and connecting with them and showing that she cares too.
Yeah, that's all great insight. I also just want to add that she took a leap of faith as she left her home country at the age of 17 to pursue a talent, which was music. So I could kind of relate to that. Is like I wasn't the age of 17, but I was able to realize a talent of mine in film. And I'm taking a leap of faith by being in my dream city, New York, to actually make that a reality. And that, what I take away from that is music at the time was her core product, which led her into entry into other things such as business. So for everybody who may have a talent, but also they also have a passion of wanting to do business, don't think that that talent is the all be all. You got to also let your passion and what you're good at and can be great at be the diversification as well. Because I feel like a lot of times we forget that. So that's something I also want to pinpoint. And I want to go into like some marketing and branding lessons that Rihanna has shared along the way to us. So first and foremost, a lesson from her is champion authenticity and inclusivity, master social media engagement, use storytelling to create connection, integrate brands into events and experiences, and be adaptable and resilient. Those are all lessons that are very useful and insightful for all of us. Um, so yeah, I think those are all insightful. What are your thoughts on some of her marketing and branding lessons?
Yeah, I think they're very insightful as well. Like building community and storytelling is so huge, and I believe like that core competency in her staying resilient and her constantly reaching new heights and innovating her business model and not being afraid to pivot from one thing to the next to the next. Like she's constantly growing and evolving and like listening to market demands because yeah, she started Fenty Beauty in 2017, and then she within 1 month the product sales reached 100 million USD, which
Wow.
is insane. And then 8 years later, it's now estimated to make 567 million every year.
Mm.
And then a year after, in 2017, she launched Fenty Beauty. And a year after, she launched another um, product. So for makeup, she then launched also lingerie with Fenty X, Savage Fenty X. So she really like reaches for the sky and like she believes in herself and in her vision and like creates something. And I'm sure she has like a great team behind her and works well with people too. And so it's really great to see how she can pivot from one thing to another and listen to the market feedback because like those two businesses go nicely hand in hand. You're reaching a largely woman audience with Fenty Beauty, you have makeup, etc., and then a lingerie line for like a compatible business model with it. So she's able to create community there and create unique products, which is really really awesome.
Yeah, I have a question that I want us to actually like discuss. Why do you think? Because a lot of people try this, but they aren't successful. Why do you think she was able to successfully pivot from music to being an entrepreneur and owning a business and business? Well, I should say
Mhm.
business. Why do you think she was able to successfully pivot?
That's a really great question. I think she was very strategic in how she did it. I'm sure there was a lot of back end thought and planning and strategy that went into her making this decision because of how she operates. Like, there must have been a time where she decided to make that pivot from music to getting into selling a product and service to her fan base and to the larger overall audience of the globe. So I think she made the conscious decision and then planned and stuck to it. So I think she probably made sure to work with the right people to come up with the right plan. And she did a lot of consulting prior to the launch, because for her to launch and then 1 month later get 100 million USD, she had she had everything lined up. She made sure she had enough product. She made sure she had the best suppliers. She planned out the shades. She planned out her marketing campaigns. She worked with probably the creme de la creme people, like the best of the best people to reach this end goal. So I think it was like a natural part of her evolution. And leveraging her community, I think, is a big key to her success. Like when you already have, I don't know exactly how many people follow Rihanna, but I'm sure it's in the hundreds of millions, possibly billion, I don't know. But
Yeah.
when you have a huge fan base like that you can market to, like you want to make sure that you're going to do everything right when you do start. So I'm sure she made sure Fenty Beauty was up to par before she launched it to the market. Made sure she had enough supply, so to go out with a bang for the launch to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think she was able to be successful with her pivot for a few reasons. Number one, I think she was very likable, but also I think she was able to understand her audience and also build a following to the point where no matter what she does, my community, as she said, is going to follow me and support me no matter what I do. I could be playing sports, they'll still follow and support me. So I think she was able to build that influence. And I feel like a lot of times people don't know how to, they use the influence for the wrong reasons. Whereas with her, she used her influence to capitalize on something that they also can consume and also benefit from. Because let's be honest, when you ladies, y'all put on y'all makeup, it make y'all feel good. So she made y'all feel good with the music, and she also made y'all feel good with the makeup, well, cosmetics, and also lingerie. So I feel like, as you said, she was very strategic, but she understood her core audience, and I feel like
Yeah,
that is the biggest reason why she was able to pivot successfully. As we sit
that's
here
a great
thinking and talking,
point.
I was
Yeah.
like, shout out to you, Rihanna. We got it. You got your flowers. That's
Yeah.
very strategic. So I think for entrepreneurs or just anybody who's like doing anything that's like artist related, think about that going forward and how to successfully pivot. Jay Z was also able to do the same thing, which is a fellow business partner of hers and mentee,
Hmm.
etc. So I think that was some of the reasons why she was able to successfully pivot. So I want us to go into what can other learn from her journey on how to pivot and build a successful career and brand outside of their talent? Because that's what I use music with. That's her talent.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, what do you got? What
Yeah.
do you think others can learn?
I would say the thing that, I'm learning from Rihanna and the things that I've learned from her and where she's like a huge inspo is like she teaches to like also not be afraid to like put yourself out there. Like she is such a risk taker and that is inspiring. And I feel like it's inspiring to me at this stage too to like motivate me to put myself out there more, to engage with community more. Like she connects with her fans. She created music. She was in films. She, is doing market covers for different fashion brands. She's like on the cover of Vogue everywhere. So she really put herself out there and believed in herself and also listened to the market needs and understood her audience. So I think that's a core lesson that I've taken from her, as well as her consistency and grind. And like she definitely has an energy and aura, I believe, in business to like not mess with her, which is great. Like I feel like she's very serious about what she does and people respect her and like her. So it's not just about being liked, but it's also about being respected and like being able to work with people and being able to trust people and to have people on her team. Like she knows what talent to look for, who to partner with, etc. And they respect the community that she's built too, and like understand the honor to work with her as well. So it's like mutual. So I think, she has a great balance of being liked and respected, which is a big lesson.
Yeah.
So that's some things. Yeah. How about you, Jerome? What are some kind of lessons that you've taken from Rihanna or are taking to?
I think the biggest one is like being able to understand your audience. Because I feel
Yeah,
like that's how she was able to really build her empire. She understood her audience. And she
absolutely.
also put them at the forefront of everything that she does. She catered to them. So that teaches me how to do the same thing with our consulting business, because that is very important. So that's one thing I would say too. She understood that she had influence,
Yeah,
but she used her influence for the right reasons. She didn't use it for anything that's negative. So that goes back to the saying, there is very much power in your influence, but you got to know how to use it. I would say
absolutely.
third, she built that community. And that's something you have honed in a few times in this episode. But don't forget about the people who started with you from
Mm-hmm.
the ground zero. So don't forget about your
Yeah.
community. And I would just say lastly, she's very personable.
Yeah,
Like
she is.
we probably could run into her in a grocery store and we'll speak and she'll speak back. She won't be snobby and like, hey, don't speak or whatever because of her status related to her net worth.
Yeah,
But I would
she's
say that's the biggest
authentic.
thing. Yeah, she's authentic. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the biggest lessons that I've learned from her journey on how to like just be successful, know how to pivot, and also just build $1 billion empire because that is exactly
Yeah,
what she did. But she did it by staying herself, which I admire, man. Like that's very powerful. It's very powerful.
yeah. Yeah, shout out to you, Rihanna, and thank you for inspiring. I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but shout out to Rihanna. Like for real, she's truly been a tremendous impact on many people, and just such a great example of a successful business owner. I mean, she's a billionaire woman CEO, and this is great.
Yeah. Well, guys, before we close, we want to share with you some news. So we decided that our podcast is going to pivot from releasing episodes every week on Thursdays to once a week. I'm sorry, it's going to pivot from releasing episodes once a week every Thursday to once a month every Thursday. So this will
Mhm.
be the last to once a month on Thursdays. So this will be the last episode that we have for this month. The next episode we will release will be in October. We don't have an actual date yet, but it will be in October. So we just want to let you guys know that. So we still have the podcast going. We just going to be doing it once a month now. So
Mhm.
we want you guys to continue being a part of the community. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and if you need perspectives and insights on how to build your empire or how to pivot, please be sure to visit us at our consulting website, www.gcgworldwide.com, and we'll be sure to meet with you and discuss how you could build your empire and expand internationally. So that's all I have. Anything for us, Gigi, before we get out of here?
Yeah, thank you. This was a great episode. And yeah, as always, let us know what you'd like us to discuss. Stay updated with us on our website. So, very excited and take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next month. Thanks.